almost at 300 people. Listen, let's push it to the max. Let's make sure we have 300 people plus on this call. Listen, I want to first of all thank you guys for jumping on the call. Thank you guys for listening, for tuning in on this call. I'm telling you, it's going to be really, really powerful. My name is Rakan K. I've been gladly involved with Kuvera right now for almost 3 years, and it's been definitely a blessing. First and foremost, before we even start the call, the speakers that we have today, the lineup is insane. It's insane. So we're gonna have after myself, Mr. Ken Harriet, of course, North American top leader, Mr. Anthony Napolitano, another the top earner, the top English speaking earner, I would say, and then we have Mr. Samba, of course, leading the France movement. And then Mr. Brian McMullen, we're excited for that call. And then, of course, the master distributor, Rick Roberry. So the line's going to be really heavy. So I need you guys to be excited for this. This call's going to be recorded and it's going to be sent out to the teams after. But notes, and listen with the intent to win. Listen with the intent to win. So I'm going to pass it on to my personal mentor, a person that kind of took me from literally a kid, working a couple of jobs to where I am today. And he's going to definitely share some nuggets and what's happening with him and Kuvera in 2020.
Slide over, Mas. What's going on, KBA? What's up, Kuvera? What's going on, GameChangers? You guys excited about GameChangers? Cool. What I want to do first and foremost is give it back to all you guys for making this call so powerful. Almost 300 people. The corporate staff, we got Rick, we got Brian, we got Ant, we got Samba coming in from France. All you guys are plugging in from all around the world. I want to thank you guys for being on. I know it's late in some of your territories. My message is really quick. It's 2020. We're here. We got to show gratitude. I feel I'm really blessed to be in this company in the way it's being ran, the way we are implementing different things, all the exciting changes that are happening. I just feel from 2015, when I first came in, I was one of the original people. So much has progressed since then. And I don't feel like we're just trading currency. We're not just trading currency anymore. We're trading knowledge. We're trading education. We're trading love. We're trading energy. We're trading so much more than just Forex here. And I'm really, really humbled to be a part of a system like this. So what I want you guys to do is obviously, like Rakan said, take some notes. I don't want to spend a lot of time talking. I actually want to take some notes, as you can see here, right? I'm ready to take some notes. And really pay attention to the people that you really want to emulate in 2020. If anybody on this call has, a form, an ounce of success that you would wish to have for you and your family this year, take some notes from them. And I just believe, stay humble, stay grateful, stay hungry, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Rakan.
Okay, cool. So, thank you, Ken. Ken is always fast with it. Always just fast with it. It just gets to the point right away. But the next speaker I want to bring up is definitely somebody that I inspire. This guy's my age. Y'all know what I mean. And he makes like 10 times more money than I make. So it's cool, Naps. It's cool. But let me try to unmute Anthony. Anthony, can you hear me?
Yeah, Rakan, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Well, I'm definitely excited to be here with you guys tonight. Definitely a pleasure, Rakan, Kane, Rick, Brian. What a call you guys put together tonight with the different leaders from all around the world. But tonight I got a quick message for you guys. And my message really is, wake up every day like it's your first day in the business. That's what I every single day. Locally, the last few weeks, we've grown a team of 50, 60 people in a matter of 2.5, 3 weeks with brand new people. I see in network marketing a lot of the time, people are always trying to go after the same five people, recruiting the same people that they might have heard of did this or did that. Like, there's so many people that are looking for opportunity, especially in today's world. And in 2020, with social media and the way that this thing is expanding, network marketing last year alone did over $350 billion in sales. Guys, get out there and show the plan. Show the plan every single day. That's what I was doing today, all day long. This afternoon, we actually got one of my buddy's friends started, and he did his first presentation with 15 people on it, right? 15 people. It's his first day in the business, right? Showing the plan to new people, showing new people this industry, showing them what we have going on. And I'm telling you guys, you're one person away from completely changing your life. That's really what it comes down to. So the more people that see it, the more people that are going to join you. And honestly, guys, just wake up and restart yourself. Like every single day when I wake up, I'm like, okay, today's a new day. I'm acting like there's no one in my business. What do I have to do to get a free service? That's the kind of mindset I wake up with each and every day. And that's why I could bring new members in each and every week. You know, every single month I'm looking to hit the 4x4 and the elite bonus pool. Every single month I'm trying to hit these bonuses and do these things to make money in this business and acting like it's my first day, because staying in zone one is what's going to build this business. If you become a manager, managers don't make money in this business long term because people do what you do. If you're not taking the actions, no one's going to take the actions. You need to do what you're telling them to do so they can understand how this actually works. It's monkey see, monkey do. It's not you tell and then they do. It's not going to work like that ever, because people are going to follow the leader, right? And if you want an organization that's bringing in new members daily, if you want an organization that's developing leaders, you need to be doing that yourself. And I think that's so important. And what we have going on right now in this company, like Kane said, I've been here for 5 years, guys. 5 years. I've seen this company start with a product that was literally just trade alerts through email. When I joined Kuvera, it was trade alerts through email. We didn't even have a back office, right? All we did was have professionals do equity trade alerts, and we had like 3 to 5 of those a month. Now you guys see with the Telegram platform with Alerts One, we have safe management services. You have Travel Pro, we have Wallet Pro, which we're really excited about getting launched very soon. There's just so much stuff that we have today that I didn't have when I started. And you know, you see the compensation plan today. I really feel like we have a compensation plan that pays from the bottom to the top equally fairly. And you know, it's not just heavy one way or the other. No, it's a balanced plan that anyone can win. You know, if you're a professional network marketer or you're someone just getting started and looking to make $100 a month extra on top of your job, we have a system for you. So I can tell you guys, this year, a lot of big things are going to happen with this company. There's going to be a lot of new success stories. A lot of people are going to change their lives. Why not you? You know, why not you in 2020? Guys, you got to commit to something. You know, not everything in life is going to go how you want it all the time. And you maybe not going to have the success as fast as you want it, right? But understand, if you stay committed to this, it can give you everything that you've desired. I've been in this industry now for 6 years. I've seen a lot of people come and go through my career so far. When I started at 18 years old, there was a lot of people that were way better than me, you know, better speakers, better dressers, whatever the case was. They were better at the business than I was initially. But a lot of those people that were better at the business than me when I was 18 years old, a lot of those people are back working the same jobs that, you know, they said, hey, I'm going to do network marketing to get out of this job and change my life. Well, they're back to those jobs because they didn't believe in themselves. And I can tell you guys, you got to believe in yourself. You got to have long-term vision. You got to stay consistent day in and day out, because this business is all about compounding your activity day in and day out to get that long-term result. You're building a residual income, right? If you're not focused and you're doing 10 things at once, you're not going to build a residual income. What I do each and every day is I focus on today. How can I get better today to make tomorrow even better than it was today? Each and every day I'm looking to get a little better, a little better, a little better. And I'm compounding day in and day out to have that long-term success that we're all looking for in this business. So guys, commit to it. Stay focused. I'm telling you, you can change your life through this business, through this company. The mentors, the leadership, it is incredible. Like Kane said, there's just so many things that we have today that I didn't have 5 years ago, starting out right now. And I know there's a lot of new people on this call, a lot of people excited for 2020. Guys, take advantage of what we have going on. Rakan, definitely a privilege to be on this call, like I said again, but I'm going to throw it back to you because I know Rick and Brian and yourself and so many other people want to share information tonight. So I'm going to throw it back to you guys, but my message to you, take advantage of the opportunity. Don't let it pass you by. Follow the leaders, the people who have been there and done that. Just mimic what they do, and you guys will get the same exact results.
Dope, Anthony. I appreciate you. Y'all learned something from Anthony? I appreciate you, bro. The next speaker I want to bring on is definitely somebody that I met recently. And this gentleman he sat down with me and he shared his when he told me his goal, I was afraid for him, type of thing. And it blew my mind how somebody can really think big on a bigger scale, and it pushed me to push a little bit on my goals. It put me in a position where I had to think bigger. So, Mr. Samba, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you, boss.
Okay. Hey, hello everybody. I hope you are doing all great. and that you are very prepared for this year 2020. I'm right now like in just to share with you like I'm just somebody like 5 years ago I was $50,000 in debt. Didn't know what I was about to do. Just wanted to help my family and help my dad, because I have a dad which was like very in bad situation. So I really wanted to help him, and so that's why I decided to work with network marketing, because I really feel that there is a way for me to win and for me to help my family and to get some more freedom. And today I'm just like at one big event, mastermind event. I just wanted to say to you that everything is possible, because okay, I will not enter too much deeper into that, but because there is like a lot of noise there. But I just wanted to say to you that all the people which are here are big top earners of big companies. So for people say that, oh no, it's only for some people to win, all these people are making, like, let's say minimum, they're making 100K a year. In average here in this mastermind group, they're making around, and I will show you there is a lot of people, they're making 500,000 a year. So I just want to share to you that there is a lot of going on here. You see, party of people which are making crazy amount of money, changing people's lives. And I will just go down, but I just hope that everybody can hear me great. But one of the things that I want to share with you is like, it's possible. Like, if I show you the picture which I was 5 years ago, everybody will say like that, I had like some dreadlocks. I don't know if it says dreadlocks in English, but I had like dreadlocks. I didn't know what to do, and I was like very no skills. And right now I'm close to 1.9 million in 5 years. It is in this industry. Had 1 year and a half which was struggling, and for people which are new in this team, just know about the long-term vision. To be very quick, I just wanted to ask you one of this, give you some tools. First of all, people which are winning are people which have goals. So my first things which I want to know is, what is your goal for this year 2020? What you want to make for 2020 for your future? Set an income that you want to make this year, like let's say a monthly income that you want to end up at the end of the year. Put it in a comment right now. And Rakan, if you can say me a bit about the numbers, because I cannot see the chat.
Samba, I disabled the chat. I had some people that I had to cut, but yeah, there's no chat. That's why in this call.
Okay. So just think about a goal that you want to achieve for this year. It can be like, let's say at the end of the year, you want to achieve 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, whatever you want to achieve, but put it down right now. And the second thing that I want to ask to you, because it's like a balance, you cannot set a big goals with a very low willingness to sacrifice. So my second question for you is like, what are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to give up? What are you willing to put some effort and energy to achieve this goal? Because I hear many people saying, oh, I want to make a 6 figures income. And at the end of the day, they're not really putting the work. They are able to do it. They can do it, but they just don't put the efforts necessary, and they are not aware of the sacrifice needed for doing it. So second questions, what is your sacrifice you are able to achieve, what you are able to give up? It's just for a period of life, like 5 years ago, I was broke. Now I'm in Las Vegas for the 4 times. I made some 30 countries. I don't care about myself. I just wanted to say to you that it's possible, and it can be possible for you fast, and you don't need to be smart. You don't need to be like, if you saw my style before, like, come on, like people are not believing it today, like when I'm speaking to my old friends. But what I want to say to you is really that. Then the last things, like, when you want to start to make your year 2020 big, when you want to start to make the year 2020 big. And if the answer for you is like right now, that you want to start to take over, because if you continue what you are currently doing, I'm sorry to tell you that you will have the same results. So when do you want it to change? Like, do you want it to change tomorrow? Do you want it to change in 6 months? Do you want to change? Maybe you will wake up at the end of the year and say, okay, December, I promised myself to make a goal. Or do you want to do it now? Like, we're only like, I guess today is like 5th of January. So just like do it now. And if you say it now, if you're able to sacrifice one big goal that I will ask it to you to do tonight, which I will do with you anyhow, because even if I'm Las Vegas, there's no excuse for me to not doing it, is to contact 10 people, let's say, because like it's 2020. So let's contact 20 people tonight. Not like, imagine what it could be. We are 300 people on this call. So 300 people, 10 times 20 people. It's like tonight we can contact 6,000 people. So my question is, if you are like, if you can like achieve this goal and say, okay, let's go for 2020, my advice for you is like contact 20 people tonight. What you will say to them is very simple. Hey, how are you? I'm very like wishing you like a very happy new year. What is your goal for this year to come? I'm very excited. And it's like, what is your goal? Or you can do it by text message, or you can do it by voice message, or you can do it by calls, whatever you want it to be. But just get 20 people contacted tonight, done. What you will do with that, you ask them. So it's my assignment for you. It's like, if you are able, if you are already committed and ready here to change and we're here to grow, that's simple. Just do 20 tonight, one day at a time. It's like, okay, it's 10 p.m. at whatever, send a text message, a voice message, and you say to the people, okay, what is your plan for this year? What you want to achieve? Oh, I want to achieve that and this and that. Okay, so cool. Listen, I have a way for you to be able to achieve it. Like I'm very like it's also part of my goals. Let's connect. Let's have maybe a coffee somewhere. Let's have a Zoom call. Let's have a call maybe on Messenger, whatever you want it to be. And if you're afraid after to connect with them, you can just put a three-way chat group. Okay. If you feel like, oh, I'm afraid maybe because I don't know what I will be able to answer to them or speak to them, just connect it to your upline and say, okay, I present you this guy, and seriously, he's very like, I really want you to connect because he have like goals like you. Is like very driven, and I feel that you are really doing the same. So just make it simple. 20 people tonight. It's 6,000 people that will contact together. Are you willing to do it? If you say me, oh yeah, yeah, let's do it. But if inside of you, you're already like trying to procrastinate and say, oh, find the whole reason why you are not able to do it, like you're already in the wrong path. So just do it tonight. Go out of your comfort zone, and it will push you to more actions. And tomorrow we'll have like some new assignments that we can do. But just do it one day at a time. So it's all what I wanted to say to you. Have an amazing year. Take care to all of you. Make sure your year is the biggest year ever. And remember, it just come with decision. If you decide that this year you're gonna win, if you decide that right now you're gonna win and win big, just do it tonight. 20 people tonight, assignment for you. It's 6,000 people that will contact tonight. Big goals to come, and next week we'll have like crazy things happening. So take care to all of you, and I wish you the very best. And thank you, Ken, Rakan, Anthony, all the leaders which are here, Brian, which you will have. I wish you like you stay very connected to the end of the call, with also Rick Robbery, which will be able to speak. So wish you an amazing night, guys. And again, like this changed my life, and my only wish for continuing to doing it is for you to change it also, because I know that many of you have your families that you want to work on, is that yourself, you want to be more financially free, you want to help your family, you want to help yourself. So just do it, man, and women, of course, and just do it. 20 people tonight. Take care, guys.
Thank you, Samba. Thank you, Samba. Well, I don't know if you're still on mute, but what do you think about the new name, boss? What do you think of the new branding, boss? Man's muted himself. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But he definitely told us that he likes the new name, and I'll explain kind of what the new name at the end. But the next speaker I want to bring on is somebody I have the privilege actually to bring on. You know, I met Brian, and I connected more with him when we left to Vegas for the event that me and Saba met at as well. And you know, his story inspired me. This gentleman is a legend in the industry. I hope you guys know this. So definitely a pleasure for me to work with him. Brian, can you hear me?
Hey.
How are how are you, Brian?
Good.
You hear me? The floor is yours.
Yeah, 2020. So GameChangers, that's a good name. I like that. It started making me think about us changing the game right now. And, you know, I listen to Samba and I listen to Anthony, and it reminds me, I'm going to talk a little bit about Kuvera and kind of the changing the game. But first, just going back to, you know, some things that these guys have brought up, which is, hey, remember, you wouldn't believe 5 years ago where I was at. I remember when I was 19 and I got a job to install light bulbs into a building. And I had to walk behind this guy with a ladder, and we would go and we would install light bulbs in this office building, making no money. And I remember walking by people. I had already joined a network marketing company. And I remember walking by these people that were in suits and nice watches and car keys with, you know, shiny keychains with new cars. And I thought, you know, these guys don't realize that right now in the day, I'm installing these light bulbs for no money. But when I get on the phone at night and when I'm talking to people, I'm giving financial advice to guys just like this. I'm telling them how they can have time freedom. And, you know, one of my first millionaires was, or one of my first mentors was a guy that made 40 million in network marketing. And I was making not even, you know, $40 an hour. I was probably making $8 an hour, $10 an hour. And he said that he used to drive around in cars doing meetings and everything was wrong with the car. There was always a flat tire. One of the windows was broken, so it had plastic with the duct tape on it, and, you know, an air conditioning didn't work and the heater didn't work, and he would travel in really cold places, probably like you guys are in Canada right now, in really cold places, no heat in the car, but just sharing that dream. And one thing he said to me was, if your dream is big enough, the facts never count. The facts never matter at all. And I remember being 19 years old and going and becoming a millionaire at 25. And why I did it in network marketing and why I did it and how I was able to do it, because, you know, I've been asked, you know, Rakan and Samba, Anthony, we all hang out like, hey, what did you really do? What was the secret? You know, how did you propel so big? Well, first of all, I've been very consistent. So no matter what, people feel ups and downs. Like for me, I'm never too excited when somebody joins. I'm never too down when somebody quits. I'm just every day just plugging away, and I don't get that excited when somebody joins. And I always just feel like, okay, just be consistent, because if you beat people with consistency, then you're ahead of everybody else by default. It's that, you know, it's everything that ever produces results. You know, working out, you can't work out straight for 12 hours and have the results you want. It's just that, you know, 30 minutes a day. It's that, you know, an hour a day, whatever, but it's consistent over time. So for me, I was super consistent. But one thing that I realized was that if you have a strong posture, if you have a strong belief, like if you think in your head right now that you have that you not only think, but you know that you have the greatest opportunity in the history of the world to change your life, and that if you tell other people that, they know that you know without any shadow of a doubt that that's true. that it's a mindset thing with people. People want to go with people who know where they're going. So if somebody's just, you meet someone and you just know they're headed to the top of the mountain, you want to climb aboard that ship. You want to be on that rocket ride with them. So you connect with those people. And I was told that if two people got stuck in an elevator for 24 hours, the person with stronger conviction would influence the other person in some way. Because no matter what the beliefs are, if you know what you know, then I'd always have a strong posture. So a couple thoughts was, for me, I never sold anything on my feet, only on my seat. Meaning, if I'm in a grocery store, if I'm meeting, like Samba talks about, go out and meet 20 people, and they say, okay, tell me about your business. I would tell them, I'm too busy right now, but let me set a time where you could, sit down for 15, 20 minutes and I could show you our plan. Because if people act like, oh no, show it to me now, give it to me now, you start talking, you're excited, they don't have the time giving you the respect and time that you need to really show them what it is. And then they walk away. So I always made the appointment with somebody. And I always felt like, I don't care if people say no. I just want them to know what they're saying no to. And so when I talk to people and people would say, okay, tell me what it is. Maybe I'll join you. If you have the attitude of, well, wait a second, I need to find out a few things about you. Do you have the time? Are you gonna be focused over the next 2 years? And all of a sudden, if you start interviewing that prospect, that person, here's the power in that. If you have the attitude of, I have nothing to sell you, nothing at all, you have to sell me. You have to sell me why I should spend my time on you, because I could be spending time with my, family, my friends, other things that I could be doing. Why you need to sell me on why I should spend the next year, 2 years with you to develop you into a successful person. Even if you don't have the success yet, even if you have 1 or 2 people in your business, you're committing your time. If you're valuing your time that high, and when I had nobody in the business, I valued my time super high. I had this super belief that we had the best opportunity in the history of the world, and people had to sell me on why that I should work with them. And when they felt that, like, oh, I don't really have time right now, and you value your time, all of a sudden they're begging you, well, when could you get together? You don't have, because if you chase people, you'll never make it. Like what any of these guys have done. If you chase people, then people feel it. People feel the desperation. So everyone should stop right now, and they should reevaluate the way that they're talking to people, because I can tell you that if you just develop a few small skills, and it's not hard, it's not rocket science, it's not a degree in a college or university, it's just simply a way of feeling confident. People want to be with confident people. You see people all the time that are like, how are those 2 people dating? One person is confident, right? So I want to talk a little bit about Kuvera. I was just going to give you, some thoughts on changing, your mindset, where, Samba talks about 20 people. The thing is that I've seen some people talk to 20 people and sign up 0 because they strictly believe it's only a numbers game. And the reality is, and I've seen people who sign up or talk to 20 and sign up most of them. And I've seen people who've said no to Kuvera and got me or Rakan or Kane or Samba, Anthony, any of these guys on the phone, Rick, any of these guys on the phone, and they've said yes. I mean, we went to a UFC fight, and Rakan was enrolling the people, was sponsoring the people in front of us during the time that the guys were punching and kicking. I mean, picture this, we're not cheap seats, right? I mean, let's say you had to spend $1,000 a seat at a UFC fight, and the guys in front of you, they're watching something they paid for, and the fight is going on, and they found Rakan and what he was saying more interesting than the punching and kicking going on that they paid probably $1,000 for those seats. So How is that possible? Because somebody exudes so much confidence and belief about what they have that people want to know what they have. They want to know. And so with Kuvera and with this game changer thing, I think it's really cool that you guys have called it that, because I was thinking about, you know, the idea of just game changers, and what is game changers is changing the game, right? You have to change something. And every single successful organization needs to come in and change the game to grow and to innovate and be at the next level. And I can tell you that I sat in a company for years and years before, and I watched CEO after CEO come into that company and not ever want to rock the boat. The CEO was hired by the founders, by the board, and they never wanted to rock the boat because they never wanted to lose their job. And I don't feel like I have a job here because I'm not getting paid. I'm doing it for the love of the growth of what we can do. So I can't be fired and I can't be hired because I guess I don't have a job. I only have a vision. And for me, I look at every single successful organization that's ever been put on the planet, and it doesn't matter. You could break it down from anything. UFC, for example. A lot of people know that the UFC went on for a lot of years, and that organization was flat, grew a little bit, down a little bit, grew a little bit, but wasn't worth that much. Now it's worth multiple billions. And how? It was sold by a guy for $2 million, basically for the name. And Dana White and some other partners that he got together for the money, they had a vision for it. They changed the game and grew to several billion. Anything, it doesn't matter what it is, doesn't even have to be a company. The circus with clowns and animals and tents and lions. You know what? That was going up, that was going down, that was going up, that was going down, but it was kind of flat and then dying. Cirque du Soleil came along, just changed the game. How? Focus and a simple concept. What was the concept? Get rid of the animals. We're going to get rid of the animals, focus on the abilities, the acrobats, the show. We still have some clowns, but we'll dress them up and it'll be funny. Get rid of the animals and focus. And they changed the game and went to several billion. Now it's one of the most successful entertainment live shows in the world. So, you know, I would just leave you with the thought of that we're only here to change the game. And what we've seen, what you guys have been through in the last couple months of all the changes, it's been a lot. There's no question, it's been a lot. But I can tell you over and over and over again, I've seen this movie play out. I've seen this same script over and over and over with other companies, and they change, and a few people don't know what's going on, and it kind of, everybody gets a little bit analysis paralysis. They stop in the tracks a little bit. All of a sudden, the game has changed. A few people join, have massive success stories. Rising tides raise all ships, and everybody goes to the top. That's what we're dealing with. So, you know, we're at the beginning of the beginning of the beginning of what we're about to do, and I'm excited for you guys. So with that, I'll shoot it back to you.
Thank you, Brian. That was some good information. I appreciate you. We're clapping for you here. All right. I hope you guys got some good nuggets. If you guys are getting some good nuggets, listen, we don't have a chat, but just drop some fire emojis.
We can make some noise.
And drop some fire. Drop some noise.
Hey, GC.
All right. So the next speaker I want to bring up is definitely somebody that I don't have to say much about. Everybody know who he is. And this master distributor kind of like he I remember he was talking to me once and he was like, you have a lot of potential. And I was so new, and like he believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. So please y'all better take some notes when the Rick Robbery speaks. Rick, can you hear me?
I can. You hear me okay?
I can hear you good.
I'm wearing my purple shirt just for you, Rakan. Just so you know.
Oh, damn. Oh.
Just forewarning to everybody that's on this. Anthony and I are going to Canada on Tuesday through Thursday this week.
Hey.
BDR!
BDR! BDR! BDR!
It's the only place in the world where I get that kind of chant, and then I have to explain to everybody what the hell you're talking about. So anyway, I love you guys. I love the Canadian team. Rakan, thank you so much for sponsoring this call. Boy, where do I begin with this? Following these superstars, and especially Brian. Vision. I look back when I started, and I every year I have a new vision, and I want to talk about vision more than anything else, because back when I was 15, 16 years old, I was living in the back of a truck. Can you hear me okay, Rakan? You're frozen on my screen. Can you hear me? Okay. I just want to make sure you guys can hear me okay.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay. All right. Back when I was 15 years old, my mother died, and I was kind of thrown out in the snow, so to speak, in Idaho, and was homeless for 2 or 3 years, living in the back of a pickup truck, But I always had a good attitude about things. I always thought, what, Dad, that let's just make the best of this. Maybe there's some people on the street down the road that I'll get to know. And I just kind of I've always been kind of a positive guy. And by the time I was 20 years old, I decided that, nobody was going to put their thumb on me again. And I was going to go out there and I was going to accomplish big things. And I had dreams and I had vision, but I wasn't sure how it was going to happen, where it was going to go. And I was able to join up in a financial service company by the name of A.L. Williams. And it really kind of got me on track. Art Williams became my mentor for 11 years. And he taught me about vision. He taught me about action. He taught me about dreams. And he told me, he said, something, Rick, you got to have, if you got big dreams, you got to be willing, to pay a big price for it. And I wasn't really sure what that meant. And then he asked me, he said, what price are you willing to pay? And, how big is your dream? How big is your vision? And, and with that comes big price though. And, then I read every book that you can imagine, all kinds of books. One of my favorite books, John C. Maxwell is one of my favorite authors, and he writes little books, and How Successful People Win is one that I really like, because what it does, it kind of encapsulates some of the things that I learned in my first 10 years in business, coming from nothing to becoming very successful. And then from that career, opening other businesses and becoming successful, then getting into the network marketing industry and doing well there. And so when I started here at Kuvera, and I was helping the owners, because the corporate team was friends of mine, with some ideas and things, helping them get started. And they asked me to take on this role at Master Distributor. I was really kind of thrown back, and I just wasn't sure if I had it in me to go one more time, But one of the things that got me is this vision, the vision thing that we talk about. I had a vision. I had a vision of what this could be. And the exciting part for me was the idea of being able to create a new category in the network marketing arena that nobody had ever been down that pathway before. And one thing I know about winners and about leaders is that they create pathways so that others can follow. And so I thought, why not? Why don't we do this? And everything I've learned, maybe I can hand that off to the next generation of global entrepreneurs. And maybe we can create a legacy company, something that people talk about for years and years to come. As to how did they do it? How did they create this new category? How in the world did they ever mirror or combine, the financial arena with the network marketing arena, which nobody's ever been successful at doing before? And so I went out and in September of 2014, I said yes, and I signed up. And I went to work. And what's really funny about network marketing is they never put a limit on me. They never said you can only bring in so many people. So within the first 6 months, we had about 15,000 people that came in, starting with just me. And you know what? I start thinking about that, and I start thinking, why don't we all look at it that way? Why don't we take the limits off? Why don't we take? It's like have you ever been on a little go-kart and you want to go faster, but it's got what they call a governor on it, and only lets you go so fast for safety reasons? Guys, you cannot play safe in business. You got to get out on the skinny lanes. You got to take risk. You got to take the governor off of this vehicle, and that way you can really go out there and become a race car and really enjoy the thrill of the ride. And that's what I do. I love business. I love the thrill of the ride, but I'm a people person. I think you guys know that. I'm service oriented. I have always believed in mission over money. And that came from my mentoring from Art Williams way back when. And then the idea of doing it first, the first year I did every call, I was the only one that traveled for the first year or two. And then all of a sudden we started developing these other powerful leaders, Anthony just really started sticking his head up and some other people. And we started building this company that I thought, we got a chance. It might be that big, that much of a chance that we might really be something special, that we got a chance to really do something big. And so, but I had this vision, and I knew that, and I always understood this, that, people with vision, if you take massive action upon it, not just a little action, but massive action, and you move boldly in the direction, okay, that you can literally change the world. And I believe that, and I believe it now more than ever. Along the way, what successful people that win know, okay, is that the pathway ahead, especially when you're forging the pathway for the first time, there's going to be challenges and issues like you've never seen or heard of before. I knew that when I started, but I felt like I was up to the task. If I could find the right people and to surround myself with the right people, mentor, train, teach, and develop this organization in the very beginning, then all of a sudden they would become the mentors. They would become the developers. And all of a sudden, here we are now at the beginning of 2020. Guys, I'm telling you something, 10 years ago, I didn't know if I'd be alive in 2020, but the truth of the matter is I'm so excited right now because we have a new vision. And, I developed this concept of day one, years and years ago. It's because it's the idea of every day's a new day. You don't carry all the baggage forward from yesterday. You're not burdened down with it. It's fresh, it's new, it's exciting. And I'm telling you right now that in my life, at the times when I really felt like I needed help, a certain person came into my life that changed it. And I just want to give Brian a shout out right now that, we struggled. We came through this thing together, and we had these challenges and issues I knew we were going to have. And there's so many days when you go to bed. I remember Art Williams telling me, he was a high school football coach, became a billionaire. And he said, there was so many nights I went to bed, I knew we were out of business. Next morning, I didn't know how we were going to tell everybody. And over and over and over again, I've had those same thoughts. Everybody does. Fear, you see, is the emotional side of our brain. And we got to learn to think with that logical side, what is really happening here? Boil it down to reality and then take action upon it. Take action upon the vision, action upon the dreams, and change your world, okay? So here's what my vision for 2020 is for Kuvera. I believe that we can double the size of the company in the first 90 days easily. And if we can continue to do that. Now, Samba said something, and I remember sitting down with Samba, a year or two ago in Las Vegas, him and Max, and talking about this idea of, if you get this many people and then you get everybody to do just a little and everybody to do just a little, all of a sudden now you're like doubling the size of your organization every 30 days. That's reality, guys. That really happens as long as people don't stop doing the actions that got them where they started, where they got to in the first place. The initial actions, okay, that Brian talked a little bit about. What you say to people, sitting on your seat, sitting down, doing the presentations, getting into phase one. Those are the powerful things. If we do right now, see, we got everything going on. I guess I got to ask you something. Is it easier to build 2 legs than 3? Is it better to be paid weekly than monthly? Is it better to all of the things, I talk about? I don't have enough time here. We have a situation right now. My hopper right now is filling up with superstars from all over the globe right now. And the reason I've thrown some things out, some feelers out, and I'm getting bites on it. And the reason I'm getting bites on it is because of the changes that Brian implemented here. Now, I feel so sorry for people who do not understand that in business, you're either changing or you're failing. If they don't understand that, everything in my business career that I've had success at, I had to make changes and adjustments and move forward. That's how you win in business. And so I already knew that. So any kind of a change that I look at, I say, is that going to better us? Then, okay, we'll sacrifice for a little bit. And then all of a sudden, boom, we're going to explode. And that's what it is. Brian understood this coming in. I understand this coming in. Some of our great leaders understood this coming in. And some of our weak leaders did not. And that's okay. Guys, the weak lead, the strong get stronger. We are so strong right now. We are down to this just powerful group of leaders that I just feel in my soul right now that we got the opportunity to do something so special right now, to really finish the dream that I started with, to really accomplish the vision that I had for me, just speaking personally. And you have that same opportunity right now to go out there and double and triple and quadruple and 10 times your income over the next few months. It can happen really fast. You see, what happens is when you have momentum, everything works. When you don't have momentum, nothing works. So you like Brian says, you can talk to 20 people and nobody signs up. Then next time you talk to 20 people and everybody signs up. I'll tell you why that really happens though. It's not what you're saying. It's your presence, your posture, your attitude, and your confidence. People feel that. You've got an aura that reaches out to people beyond your words.
And if you understand this and you do it over and over and over and over again, you're going to get yourself to a very successful place in business. So my commitment for this year is to just completely start over. I look at, in the first, 6 months or so, we put in, 10 or 15,000 people. I'm looking at starting all over just for me, just to do that again right now. Because right now, what we got to do for the company is we got to turn this into $1 billion company over the next year or two. And I think we can do it. I think it's possible, but it's only possible. We got this big of a chance of doing this, guys, but it depends on the people on this call. The people on this call are the ones who are going to take the baton forward and hand it off to the next great generation, then the next great generation. We're going to drive the lines. We're going to go down, find the superstars. Superstars are bringing thousands of people like I did when I first started. And just over and over and over again, all of a sudden, it's very easy. It's very easy to build with the right people, guys. And it's very difficult to build with the wrong people. Now, we've had our mix of both. But Kuvera is at a place right now where we literally are turning the heads of the industry right now. Our products and services are unbelievable. We've gone into all kinds of different industries all of a sudden. In the last 60 days, my head's like spinning. And I've been around the game of business for 35 years. But the changes have all been to prepare us for what's coming right now. And so if we're smart enough together as a team, and we don't have the infighting that many organizations have out there, we literally support and build each other up and move forward in a positive way, boldly into the future, guys. We can literally change the world, and I believe that. My vision for 2020 is the year when Kuvera nailed down the legacy company title. That's what I believe. And it's only going to happen if we take action right now and up our games. Every one of us, including me. My game is going to up huge. I am right now motivated in a way I haven't really been motivated for a long, long time. I never thought that at my age right now and after everything I've been through in my situation, that I could feel like I'm literally starting day one right now. This is my greatest day one ever in my life. And guys, I've had some really good ones in my life as I've restarted my life after tragedies over and over again. So I love you guys. I truly do love you guys. I'm here for you. Always have been. I believe in service. I believe in giving. I believe in mission over money. And at the same time, I love business and I love to win financially, guys. And making money is a barometer of winning in business. And so I say that we go out there and we create volume in this company we've never seen before. We talk to people we've been scared of talking to before. Right now, your market is just opened wide open because of the changes that have happened right now. Better people are going to look at our company. Better people are going to join our company. And when they do that, you're not going to see those onesie-twosie things where you got the same 100 people showing up at your meeting every week. You're going to see exponential growth that explodes. I've been there. Brian been there. A few other people have been there. And it's going to happen here at Kuvera. So that's my vision for myself and for the company right now that I see anyway. And I appreciate Rakan having me on the call. Thanks for including me with this great cast of Anthony Napolitano. Well, I can't say enough about Ant. I can't say enough about Samba. I can't say enough about Kane and Rakan and Brian. Look, guys, I'm surrounded by the best. How could BDR ever fail when he's surrounded with these BDR supporters, man? I love you guys. Thank you, Rakan. Appreciate it.
Jeez. Rick, I appreciate you, man. GC, 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 GC.
I'll see you guys on Tuesday, man. See you on Tuesday.
Yes, sir. So as you guys heard, he mentioned that him and Anthony are coming down on Tuesday. So if you live in the Toronto area, make sure you're at the Monte Carlo event we're gonna have on Tuesday at 8 p.m.
I see some IML people on here, bro.
Dude. Hey.
GC, 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 GC.
All right. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's I want to end this call with some stuff that I was preparing for you guys, and hopefully, listen, this is the last 10 minutes. I want to really run through the information that I have, and listen, Sebastian, I'm definitely grateful for what happened, I believe, and on a personal level, I've had the biggest growth I've had my entire life. I've learned a lot of lessons in the past year, and as an organization, we grew from leadership standpoint. It doesn't matter if a team, we grew massively as a team, but as a leadership standpoint, we grew at a crazy level. And this is the year where we kind of set off our limitations and we kind of focus on one goal and one vision. But when I was a GoPro and I was meeting these people that I only watch online, and I was listening to them, and they were standing in front of me and they were telling me stuff, and I just could not believe my eyes. They majority of the top owners that I personally met, majority of them have been in their companies for a very, very, very long period of time. And that's why they were successful. They were making this crazy amount of money because they were staying at the exact same company, and they weren't jumping around, right? They were not jumping around. You understand, when you jump around from company to company, your reputation is on the line. No matter how you go, your reputation is on the line. Listen, when somebody talks to me, I've been in the exact same company for 3 years straight, no breaks. So I have some credibility behind my back, right? I'm not looking left, I'm not looking right, I'm not looking for deals, I'm not looking to take somebody's money and act like it's the company's fault. No, I'm a leader, and what leaders, you learn, and you figure out a real leader when hard times hit. Now now it's going to momentum. You learn who a real leader is, not when the company's going to momentum, not when you're recruiting, when you're losing teams, when you're losing people. I wouldn't call them leaders because you wouldn't lose leaders. It don't make sense. I hope you guys are hoping. I'm actually taking shots at people, but and that's my personality. I don't apologize for it, right? That's who I am. So let's talk about new. Reason why we chose this name as a team, as a whole organization, because I understand we're combining three of the biggest forces in Kuvera. I'm talking the Canadian team, the German team, the France team, and the US team. GC. Right? So what you guys understand, as people on the call, you guys are co-founders of this movement. You guys are co-founders of GC. So I need you guys to go on your Instagram and do two things. Tag the people on the call. Tag the leaders that you're working with. Why wouldn't you take a screenshot of this, take a video of this, and tag the people that you're working with? Because they're gonna see the profiles, the people that you're working with. People are like, oh, you're working with these guys? I want to do the same thing. That's how you attract quality people, not the kids. I'm talking quality people, because you're showing them the people that you're working with, right? So that's number one. Number two, listen, on your bio, co-founder of, you're a co-founder of this organization, right? And this is why I'm excited about this, right? So here's the thing. I've asked a lot of questions in the past year, and a lot of people hit me up and be like, okay, Rakan, what can I do different that I did last year to actually have, to actually learn, to actually change up what I've done? And I think that's a wrong question. I think the right question is that if I'm at a low rank, how can I go back to when I first got started and do the exact same steps that I got me to that rank? And these steps will take you to six figures. I promise you. Making a lot of money in network marketing is not hard. It's not hard. Brian, Rick, Anthony, Samba, Kane, they dropped some really good information, right? And you heard from different perspectives. But network marketing is not hard, right? It's not hard for the business. All we do is we recruit individuals, we show them the plan, we show them our vision, and we tell them, listen, use our services, be a fan of our product, and go build a business online. It's not that hard. What's hard is the emotion around it, right? So if you can't control your emotions when there's ups and downs, I don't know what you want to do. So Samba talked about goals. Set your goals tonight. Set a target tonight, right, of what you want to do this year. Right. The goal as an organization, just a Canadian organization, we want to go from 3,000 people right now to 10,000 people by the end of the year, and that's a goal for the organization. That's a goal for the organization, and our goal is to have 10 six-figure earners in our team, 10 of them. Right? It's irrelevant if it happens or not. That's irrelevant, but the goal is there, and we got to start acting on it. And I hope you guys take that number and act and have your numbers within that number. So if we're having 10 six-figure earners, are you going to be one of them? Is it going to be you? And don't just talk about it. Do something about it, right? Do something about it. You got to understand, like, I have seen people change their life in a matter of 3 months. 90 days run, they will change their life. Change your life. But you got to take the right actions, the right steps, right? And you have to accept, for the love of God, that there's going to be ups and downs. It's not going to be a straight line. It's never a straight line. There's going to be ups, there's going to be downs, you're going to be emotional, you're going to cry, you're going to hate the company, you're going to hate the leadership. It's a part of the game. You're going to lose people. It's a part of the game. It's just a part of the game. If you're not okay with it before it starts, it's going to be very hard for you to actually grow a big business, right? Because listen, people come in and people go. As a leader, you have to frame everything in a positive outlook, right? You got to pick your obsession in 2020. What is your obsession in 2020? I hate when people say obsession is a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It's not. Obsession is not a bad thing. If you're not obsessed about your goals, I don't know what you're doing. Don't take this lightly. If you're not obsessed about showing up to calls, I have people right now on the call that it's 4 a.m. in their time zone, but they're up ready to listen, right? Shout out to you guys. Shout out to you guys. If you're actually waking up late to watch this call, shout out to you, right? Because that's what leaders do. That's what leaders do. Everything starts with desire, right? You got to have desire, and I believe in there are gates, and everything that you see will eventually come true. So when I have stuff that I want to do, I'm gonna put it all over my house, right? You guys will see in a couple of weeks, you'll see goals all over my room. Why? Because I know if I see them enough, eventually it'll happen. Law of attraction, right? Remember, everything that you run towards, you run towards where you're looking at. So if I'm looking at $1 million, best believe I'm running for $1 million. If I'm looking for making $100, I'm running towards the $100. So start running for these. And you can't change the past. No matter whatever happened last year, it is what it is. It's done. Start looking for a future. Start doing something different, right? I believe what happened to us in 2019 was only preparing us for 2020. I'm gonna repeat that one more time. I believe whatever happened to us in 2019 was just preparing us for 2020, right?
Make some noise for that fact. That's a big
It was just preparing us for 2020. So, and with that being said, I'm talking about the whole company as a whole. I'm talking the services, the new traders, the new systems that we have. It was just preparing us for 2020, right? So, you know, I have this analogy that I'm gonna end with is that, you know, are you gonna try the fast food, or are you gonna have a chef for yourself?
Don't do him like that, bro. Bro.
Are you gonna do the McDonald's today? Are you gonna have a chef today? Because we're not cooking McDonald's out here. We actually have chefs. But understand, when a chef cooks, it takes longer than a McDonald's. McDonald's, you can get it for 5 minutes. A chef is gonna take some time. But best believe the chef is gonna have 10 times better results. And people are willing to pay for chef and McDonald's.
They're willing to pay for experts in general.
That's what it is, right? That's what it is. So understand that 3 things I want to leave you guys with is I would say 3 things that you got to do right now. And the number one skill set that you need to use to achieve these goals is inviting. You have to learn how to invite. How do I get people to an event? How do I get people to a Zoom presentation? How do I get people to a call? 3 things I would say: be in a hurry, show value, and take it away if possible, or if necessary, right? Be in a hurry, show value, and take it away if necessary. It's important, right? That's number 1, inviting. Number 2 is presenting. Listen, I don't care who you are if you're not presenting the opportunity 5 to 6 times a week. I'm talking at least 2 people a day. You're not doing that straight, you're not going to be a 6-figure earner. I don't care how good you are, right? Develop the skill set. Put it in the calendar. I'm gonna give you guys math. Literally take a pen and paper. I'm gonna give math right now, right? If you have 5 possible recruits for 5 days, and you get only 2 of them, that's 10 people a week. I'm gonna repeat that one more time. If you have 5 possible people that you're talking to, right, on a daily basis for 5 days, and you only recruit 2, that's 10 a week. That's 10 a week. That's 40 people a month. So how about we just get 10 a month? Do you know how big your organization would be, right? Now think about it this way: if you do that for 90 days, that's 600 people plus. You are 6-figure earner already. I just give you a formula to make a 6-figure income. I'm gonna repeat it. You have 5 people, possible recruits, for 5 days, right? You get 2, that's 10 a week. That's 40 a month. You do that for 90 days, that's 600 plus people. Personally, with your organization. I just gave you a 6-figure key. Because all this business is math. You wanna make $1,000 a month? Break that $1,000 and work backwards. You wanna make 10 grand a month? Work backwards. Work backwards, right? Because I promise you, when I was doing this, leaders were getting attracted to what I'm doing, and they were following my. But here's the thing: not everybody will do it, and this is why not everybody will have the exact same results. Not everybody will do it, but not everybody will have the exact same results, right? And number 3, the most important thing is promoting main events, right? Promoting main events. In 90 days, we're gonna have April 2nd, April 1st, and April 2nd. We're gonna have Zero Gravity here in Toronto. It's gonna be a massive event. If you don't have your tickets and you're actually talking about being serious, I don't know what you're doing. I need you to go buy your tickets right now. Right now, go buy your tickets right now. What's
Zero Gravity Kuvera.com.
ZeroGravityKuvera.com. Buy your tickets yesterday. You want to be serious and you want to make money, buy your tickets yesterday. Now, how about if I want to make $100,000 this year? All your job is to bring 100 people to Zero Gravity. And if you live in Toronto, you're goddamn lucky. If you live in Toronto and you don't have 100 people, you're not serious about making 100 grand. For every person that you bring into Zero Gravity, you projected to make $1,000 that year on, or her, right? So understand, I need you in 2020 to release all the bad image in your head. Whatever happened in 2019 stays in 2019. Stays in 2019. So your limitations will hold you back, right? And listen, this is hard to say, especially because it's New Year's and everybody's happy. Block the people that you don't need in your life. Listen, the first, the second, the third, I have just dedicated my time to block people that I don't want in my life. I don't care. I don't care if you're a family. I don't care if you're my mom. If you're on the way of my goals, you're blocked. You're getting blocked, right? You're getting blocked because my goals are more important than anything else. Anything else. My sanity is more important than anything else. And I promise you, once you have that, once you have your goals on a pen and paper, your reality eventually will start coming true. I remember when I first started, my goal was to have one of the biggest teams in Canada. And guess what happened? I have one of the biggest teams in Canada. I don't know how it happened, but it happened. I don't know how you're going to achieve your goals, but it's going to happen if you dedicate yourself. With that being said, listen, on Tuesday, if you're in Toronto, make sure you show up. We're going to have a massive training. And if you're not, we're going to have a boot camp on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's going to be a 3-day Forex and network marketing boot camp. We're going to go about everything about Forex and everything about network marketing, the basics for all the new people. So make sure you jump on the boot camp and make sure you get your teams on the boot camp. With that being said,
wait. Drop the GC on them one more time.
What G? What are we? GC. All right, GC.
Let's go.
With that being said, I appreciate you guys jumping on the call. Thank you. I want you to reach out to your leader and tell them that you have goals and aspirations. Tell them that you're serious about this year and that you really want to blow up your business in 2020. We're having a lot of exciting stuff. Y'all just wait, because you're going to have an explosion this year. 10,000 people, baby, December 2020. Love y'all. See you later.